Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Project Pan intro. Starting another project. I am so excited for this project that I can't even, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to start with. So today I'm going to be starting off the Mission 100% Cruelty-Free Project Pan. First thing I want to say, I guess, is that this is a collab with quite a few different people. I will have a playlist linked down below that I will be adding people's videos to. I haven't actually talked to the people yet about a hashtag. So I'm thinking I'd probably just use the hashtag Mission 100 Cruelty Free. So I will correct that if we decide on something else, but I think that's probably a good hashtag to use. The other thing that I do want to mention is that I do want to make sure that you all know if you want in on this project, it is totally open to everyone to join in on our collab. I will get into the details of it, but yeah, if this project sounds interesting to you, definitely feel free to join. So I did reach out to a lot of the people doing the Graveyard Project Pan just to kind of get a collab group started, but I figured once I posted my intro I would get a lot of people interested in it, so feel free to join in. So I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of the project. I had come up with the idea to do just a 5-pan rolling project with all non-cruelty free makeup items to kind of help move some of those out of my collection. And I figured I would just kind of go do that project until I'd used up or hit goal on 5 products. And that was a couple of days before the news about Wet n Wild broke. And I was kind of sitting there thinking about the fact that, you know, Wet n Wild is no longer cruelty free, which just means that I realized the percentage of my collection that is not cruelty free just got bigger after Wet n Wild was discovered to not be cruelty-free, which I am still heated about. When that happened, when I heard about that, I don't know, I just kind of was sitting there just thinking okay, instead of doing a project pan that will kind of only last a little while and won't be very big, and, you know, I was like, I gotta do something a little bit more intense. Something that's really, really going to help me get my collection to being 100% cruelty-free, which is why the title is Mission 100% Cruelty-Free Project Pan, because I'm kind of on a mission, which I know sounds stupid when I say that out loud, but, you know, I just kind of got fired up when the news about Wet n Wild came out, and I was like, I really, really want to actively be working on getting my collection to be 100% cruelty-free. So I decided instead of a rolling project 5-pan that would end after I hit my goal on 5 products, I just decided, you know what, why don't you do a project where you're always working on 5 products that aren't cruelty free in your collection, and do that project until your collection is 100% cruelty free. Why not go all out and get this started so that you always at least have these 5 products? Because I do obviously have other projects going on that do have non-cruelty free items in them, but I wanted a project dedicated to getting my collection where I want it to be. So that's kind of how I sort of thought about this project. It's not the most original idea ever. I'm sure people have done these types of projects before. Basically, to get into the actual details of the project, it will be a rolling project 5-pan, but instead of having a set time where it'll end, it's just gonna go until my project, or it's gonna go until my collection is 100% cruelty free. Now, I don't think that every single person that's doing this project with me is necessarily going to do it for that long. It's up to each individual. So, you know, however long you want to do this for, if you want to make it more of a year-long project or whatever, or maybe you want to do it for a little bit, then maybe take a break and then pick it up again, totally up to you, totally customizable to you and your collection. But for me personally, I'm in this until my collection is 100% cruelty free. Now, what's cool about that is that if you guys are oh, I don't really want to start this right now, you can always jump in later and start, you know, because I might be doing this for years, honestly. So if you wanted to join in, but maybe a little bit further down the road, maybe you have too much going on right now, you can always join in later. So yeah, so for me, there's really no specific end date, which kind of makes this a little bit of a daunting project to take on, but it needs to be done for me personally. Anyways, so again, it's a rolling Project 5 pan, but I needed a way to kind of keep my interest. I feel like I keep making that noise because my lip gloss, I'm like really not trying to, but anyways, like keeps like I didn't mean to make like farting noises and just like keep sticking it up. Anyways, so to keep this project a little bit more interesting than just like a rolling project pan that just keeps going forever, I decided I wanted to throw something in that would help me kind of keep things interesting. So I kind of got the idea from me and Emily's whole collection project pan. We talked about halfway through, we're going to kind of give ourselves like a refresh or like a reset on our projects so that we can, if there's any products we want to take out, we can do that. Just, you know, if you have like a blush that you're trying to use up and it's just, you know, you're getting really bored of it, you know, it's like nice to be able to, take that out of the project, right? So kind of that idea that every so often I wanted to be able to kind of reset my project. So if I had a product in the project that I was just like, you know what, I've been using this for months now and I'm just really not feeling it anymore, or if it's kind of more of a seasonal item, I can take it out. So instead of having kind of set times where I would do that reset, I'm going to allow myself a reset for every 5 products that I use up. So I want to make sure that I'm explaining this correctly. I like feel like I'm bad at explaining things, but so I'm starting out with my 5 products, right? And if I use something up, I will obviously roll in a new item because it's rolling, right? Once I've hit that 5th product that I've used up, then whatever's remaining, like whatever products are remaining that I've rolled in throughout the project, if there's like an item still in there that I'm like, ooh, you know, like maybe like I've had this one product in here from the beginning, I really want to take this out and I've used up the 5 products, and I have used up 5 products, so I get to do my reset. So I can take out certain products and replace them with something else. Then it'll kind of be, again, like I said, reset. So then you would have to use up another 5 to then be able to kind of switch out the products that you're using. I hope that that makes sense. And I guess if it doesn't, you'll kind of get the sense as we go along. The only other couple of things I wanted to mention is, for me personally, all of the products that I put in this project, my goal is to use them up completely. Even if it's a powder product, my goals won't be to hit pan on those. They'll be to use them up completely, because that's the whole point of the project, is to use up all these non-cruelty free products. I'm not gonna hold other people to that. That's kind of gonna be something that I think people can decide if they wanna make their goals a little bit different. But for me personally, everything is going to be to use up completely. One thing I don't want to forget to mention is that I am planning on doing updates every other month, just because I know that for me and a lot of the other ladies that are joining in on this, we just all have so many projects going on, and doing monthly updates for every single one of them is really hard, especially if we're like updating, you know, projects. I feel like updates are usually like at the end of the month or the beginning of the month or something like that, and so just kind of, they all kind of end up happening very close to each other. A lot of us are not full-time YouTubers, and like we have our, you know, stuff outside of YouTube, jobs, family, and all that. So what I did want to mention about the updates though is that I will be, if I do finish something up, I'm going to go ahead and roll something in right away, and I'll just update you in the next update. I'm not going to wait until the next update to roll things in, just because it is such a large gap between things. You know, what if I finish something off like right after an update? I don't want to wait 2 months to roll something in, if that makes sense. So I'm almost into showing you guys what the products are, but I did also just want to mention, again, if this project sounds interesting to you and you want to join in, go for it. Also, if you are not cruelty-free yourself, but you want to join in, don't think that you can't. You totally can. There are a couple of people joining in that haven't gone completely cruelty-free, but it's kind of one of those things that they're, you know, it's something that they're trying to be a little bit more aware of when they're purchasing things and stuff like that. So if it's kind of something where you think it might be a nice, like, kind of step in the right direction, I think that's a good way to look at this project. So I definitely would encourage you guys, if you're interested, but you're like, don't let the fact that you are not cruelty-free, like, stop you from joining in, because you totally can. If you guys are already cruelty free and your collection is already 100% cruelty free, first what I would say is double check that you don't have any Wet n Wild products left. And if you do have some Wet n Wild products that you would like to pan, this project's for you. So yeah, I definitely can see a lot of people who have their collections 100% cruelty free. If they have any Wet n Wild products, they might be like, oh, I need to pan those. So if that's you, join us. I think it's going to be a great way to get rid of some Wet n Wild products for sure. So I think I've mentioned everything. I will leave the playlist link down below, and let's go ahead and get into the products. I did decide to put a fragrance in this project just because I just felt like it would be a good thing to have with the other products. Plus with all the other projects I have going on, I just felt like a nice like perfume would be good to have in here. So the perfume that I chose is from Versace, and it is the Yellow Diamond Intense scent, and it came, I got this through Luxury Scent Box, so that's why it's like looks like this. But I did actually have this in my Panning Games project, but I did quit that project. Like I stopped doing it because at the time it was just way too much, and I was new to panning, and I was just like, oh my god, I can't do this many products. So it does have like some markings on it. I will be making a new mark, but we are starting right here. So there's like a little over, I would say I've used about 1/3 of the product. This is definitely one of those scents that I feel like is probably not for everybody, but I really love it. I don't know, like I'm really bad at describing how things smell, but it's definitely, I know that there's a category for this scent and I don't know what it's called. It's not floral, it's not like fresh or like citrusy. It's like, I don't know, like a warm, and I don't know. When I smell this, I think like warm and like sexy. Like that's kind of what I think of, like the scent. This is one that I use more like when I'm going out in the evening, you know, like going out for like a girls' night, or like, you know, just like when you get like all dressed up and glam and all that. Like this is that kind of scent for me. I also, until recently, have been so sensitive to fragrances because I would get the worst migraines from them. Like they were such a migraine trigger for me. But I'm gonna leave this link down below. Ever since I read, what is it called? Fighting the Migraine Epidemic. I'll leave the book link down below, but it's like honestly a magical book. After reading that book, I have not had a migraine last more than about an hour. And that's saying something because I used to get them for days and it would make me puke, and fragrances were a huge trigger for me. I could even smell someone else's perfume and it would like give me a migraine. So yeah, so now that I feel like I'm like cured or something, I just like want to get more into perfumes, but not like 200 perfumes, because I know that like I don't want to be that person that like wears too much perfume and like really irritates other people around them, you know, but like I have some perfumes and I definitely want to make sure that I'm like getting use out of them. So anyways, that was a really long story to basically just say that this is one of my favorite perfumes. I don't wear perfume that often, so I don't know. I think it'll kind of take me a while. This is supposed to be like a month's supply if you're using it every single day, but again, I don't do that. So it's probably going to take me a few months to finish this off, but I'm excited because then that means I can kind of start focusing in on some of my other fragrances, because I don't know, for someone who like would get migraines potentially from fragrances, like I have a lot. not like that much, and they're all like not full sizes, you know, but still you would think I would like wouldn't have any. But anyways, next product I have is from MAC. I feel like probably MAC and Wet n Wild are probably the biggest brands that I have a lot of stuff from that aren't cruelty free. So this product from MAC is the Fix Plus Gold Light, and I'll just like shake it up. It's like one of those like glittery sprays, like it's got some shimmer in here. It's not like glittery, I guess, more shimmery. Never reach for this, and I figure because it is a like liquid spray, like it won't take terribly long to get through, so I might as well just use it up. Wow, this, I don't know, I feel like the MAC Fix Plus, they either have like a really nice spray on them or they're really, really horrible. I might have to find a new bottle for it, but I don't know if you guys can really tell. It's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be more of a luminous Fix Plus, if that makes sense. I don't have any gimmies in this project really, so that one is kind of like the one I feel like I could use up the fastest. I also have another product from MAC that I decided like just today to put in this project instead of foundation. I wanted to kind of get a kickstart on panning another bronzer, and this is one that I just feel like I can pan it, and it is a little bit darker than some of my other bronzers, so I figured during the summertime is probably the best time to try and pan this. But so this is the Golden Rinse bronzer, or well, I suppose Studio Sculpt Defining Bronzing Powder, but in the shade Golden Rinse. And I don't know if you guys can see, but it's kind of got like this, I don't know what collection this was from, but I think it had something to, I honestly think it had something to do with like washing clothes. It's like Golden Rinse, you know? Maybe I made that up, but anyways, it's got like this bar in the middle. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it. So it has kind of more of a, honestly, kind of like a red undertone, I feel like. It's not super dark. For whatever reason with this bronzer, like I was putting it on today and I just felt like I had to keep going in with my brush, and I'm not like overly bronzed. I am overly blushed today. Not really sure what happened, but anyways, I had to keep like really getting in there with the with the brush. I don't know if it's because it's like an older product in my collection or what, if it's just like really hardly pressed, but yeah, I just feel like I had to use a lot. So I don't know, I think I can pan this entire thing. It's a little less scary than like the big Sephora one that I just hit pan on in my 19 and 2019. I don't know, I think I can do this. I think I can use it up completely. So next I have another powder product, and this is also a product that I have kind of gone back and forth between whether or not I wanted to declutter it or not. This is such an OG product. I just feel much better about trying to pan it than declutter it. I am putting the NARS Orgasm Blush into this project, and oh my gosh. You know, it's just a cult favorite. You know, I don't know, I just can't bring myself to declutter it, but it needs to get out of my collection, you know, so like, if I'm not going to declutter it, I gotta pan it. So I've never even hit pan on a blush before, so this is going to be quite interesting. But I feel like that's fitting to have this be the first blush that I hit pan on. I hope you guys understand what I mean, but like I just have to pan this. So my last product, I had to pick one from Wet n Wild just to make myself feel a little bit better about the whole situation. This is a multi-stick from Wet n Wild. This was like a limited edition. I think when they were coming out with those highlighters that had like the flowers on them. This is in the shade Carnational Anthem. I think I'm saying that right. And yeah, I've only used this like once or twice, so there's still a ton of product left. I would like to obviously use this completely up like all the other products, but oh, I should probably swatch it for you. That's a little swatch there for you. It's a really pretty like blush color. I think it's going to be really nice for spring and summer. I think it'll pair nicely with the NARS blush as well. I definitely think this is going to take me some time to get used up completely, but I think it's definitely doable. It's, you know, it's not a powder blush, so I think I can do it. Yeah, so I will be keeping like visual progress, tracking for these guys. I will be keeping tallies of how many times I use them, and I will also be weighing these guys before continuing to use them so that I can get a good sense of just kind of how the progress is going. So, and if you're not new to my channel, you know that this is something I kind of have been starting to do with my projects lately, but for the next update, I would like to make 3 goals to try and hit to kind of keep myself going, you know what I mean? So for the next update, I would like to use up at least half of this product. I mean, 2 months, I think I can use half of what's left. So that would put us about here, if I'm looking at this correctly. So that's where I would like to be. It's kind of like right where this E in gold light is, approximately. 2 months, I want to use this 20 times. So this is like supposed to be a month's supply, and that would be about 30 uses, right? So in 2 months, if I can use it 20 times, I feel like that would be a good goal, and then I could potentially even have it finished since I've already used some of it up. Yeah, I think I want to say I want to use it 20 times before my next update. The last goal that I have is for this multi-stick. I would like to have the part that, like, when it's twisted all the way down, the part that's still showing, I would like to have that completely gone. So I want the stick essentially flush with the packaging or lower than the packaging for my next update, which I feel like in 2 months I could definitely do that. Yeah, I think I can do that. Okay. All right, so those are my products for this project. So I'm so glad that I have people to do this project with. I was kind of scared to ask people just because the project didn't have an end date. I was kind of like, oh, like, I don't think people will want to do this as a collab, but I'm glad that people have joined in. Yeah, if I missed out on any details, I will have them listed in the description box. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you to everyone who is collabing with me. Again, I will make sure I have the hashtags sorted out before posting this, and there will be a playlist. So definitely make sure you are checking out everyone who is doing this. Go search the hashtag on Instagram. And make sure you're checking out everyone that's videos in the playlist. And if you're joining in on YouTube, definitely give me a heads up when you're posting so I can put your video in the playlist. That's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're coming from anyone else's channel that's doing this collab, also thank you for coming and checking out my channel. I really appreciate it. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe and finger guns. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. All right, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.